Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen and race fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for the final round of the Australian Fixed Setup Racing, the WP Concreting 410 Sprint Car Series. Tonight the finale comes back to the Lanier National Speedway, the shortest dirt track on iRacing service. And first race will be 40 laps in broad daylight. The second race will finish under the lights as the drivers just finishing up their practice session right now. And then we'll get into qualifying, and then the 40 lap main event top 20 will go through. And looks like there's only 19 drivers that have signed into the pits tonight, so should be a good night of racing ahead to come as well. If you're joining us here for the first time, welcome. My name is Brett Wheeler. Feel free to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We go live a couple of times during the week, whether it's on our YouTube or our Facebook page. And pretty sure practice was coming to a close there. Just got over 2 minutes remaining here, and then we get set into qualifying. So I'm going to mute the microphone. I'll be back in just a moment, but we'll leave the cars on the racetrack and we'll leave the screen up so you guys can watch a couple of guys turning some lap times here tonight. All drivers on the same setup. It is a fixed setup, so it'll come back down to driver ability, driver finding the right groove and making the wing adjustments. Who will take out tonight's feature event? We'll be back in just a moment for qualifying of the final night and the final round of the AFSR WP Concreting 410 Fixed Setup Series, live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Alright, we're live here for qualifying right now. Each driver has 3 laps to go and set their quickest time. One of the fastest drivers throughout the series is that TTL Esports Caliber 9 of Joel Berkeley, as he picked up a couple of wins already this season, as Bob King goes to number 1 with a 12.825. Aaron Kelly with a 12.903. Trent Vardy 13.075. Joel Berkeley, no time at the moment for that number 9 machine. We'll see what he can do on lap number 2. It is gonna be no time again for Joel Berkeley, and man, I tell you, that's not a good start to his campaign. Yes, there is 20 drivers. They will all make it through But we'll see where Berkeley is going to place. And, well, he's not going to be happy about that one. Danny Vassell. So picking up a win over the past couple of weeks, and also grabbing a couple of podiums as well at Knoxville Raceway. So Danny Vassell, 13th quick at the moment. Bruce Smith jumps to position number 5. Dylan Peters in 10th. We look at Gavin Sadler completing his lap. And the guy that we've had in the booth over the past sort of 4 to 6 weeks, Sean O'Hara in the 024, opting to choose a steering wheel tonight over the microphone. Had some microphone issues last week, so he's let me know that he's going to be behind the wheel tonight, so we'll keep an eye on the 024, and he goes 10th quick in that 024 with a 13.324. Scotty Butler in 17th quick. Gavin Sadler, Cody Morosky 16th quick. But at the moment, it's going to be Bob King, your pole sitter for tonight, with a 12.825. Aaron Kelly with a 12.903. Bruce Smith with a 13.058. Trent Vardy 13.075. Luke Muir with a 13.076. Brett Junior Morris with a 13.111. Nathan Norman in that number 2 machine with a 13.150. Zach Phelan 13.216. Gavin Sadler 13.257. And Sean O'Hara, your top 10 with a 13.324. And that will pretty much conclude qualifying at the moment. There's the checkered flag. Not out just yet. We're just waiting on a couple more drivers to go out onto the racetrack. In fact, we're going to have a look. So we've still got a couple of drivers that are yet to go out and take a time. So thank you for tuning in here on Ultimate Dirt TV, as it's the final round of the Australian Fixed Setup Racing 410 Winged Sprint Car Series presented by WP Concreting. So as we wait for the time to wind down, we're just going to mute the microphone, we'll step away, and we'll be right back with your starting grid for tonight's main event. We get set for the main event. We'll go through your starting grid. Starting on the pole in the 51, it's going to be Bob King, and to his outside, it's going to be Aaron Kelly in the 7. At a position 3, it's going to be the 14 of Bruce Smith, lining up alongside Trent Vardy in car number 11. Luke Muir and Brett Junior Morris occupy row number 3. On the inside of row number 4, it's going to be the 2 of Nathan Norman, and to his outside, the 49 of Zach Phelan. Position 9 sees Gavin Sadler lining up alongside Sean O'Hara at a position at number 10. At a position 11, Dylan Peters lining up alongside Lance Bainton. And at a position 13, John Schultz lines up alongside the 911 of Lachlan Smith. At position number 15, the 97 of Danny Vassell lining up alongside the 22 of Cody Morosky. Scott Butler in the 94 lines up at a position number 17. Meanwhile, the 9 starts on the outside of row number 9 out of position 18. And your back row for tonight's Feature race number 1 is Adam Stanton in car number 13 alongside Jaron Mott. And that is our 20 car starters for the big dance here tonight, who will take out the first race of the final round. The penultimate race right here live on Ultimate Dirt TV. So let's wait for that track star race where car number 51, now I'm not sure if he is opting to go to the rear of the field. It doesn't look like it. Looks like he may just start on that pole position. Aaron Kelly on the outside. You got Bruce Smith and Trent Vardy, your top two. You go back to Luke Muir, and it's not Zach Phelan, that is on the outside in the 4 machine. He's Brett Junior Morris. We get set 40 on the board. Let's see if we can get a good start. Oh, already contact between your leaders and Bob King with a big wheel stand to wheelie down the front straight away. Oh, look at that pile up already. The 43 involved. Dylan Peters, Danny Vassell, Nathan Norman, John Schultz involved in that one, and didn't take long for the first yellow to come out. Aaron Kelly also involved as well. He's backing in a position 14th as it stands. So the first yellow of the night, and let's hope that we don't continue this trend of cautions, of breeding cautions, as the restarts will go back to single file restarts. So just looking at some of the guys coming through the field in your top 6 at the moment, no significant changes. Zach Phelan picking up a couple of spots. Bainton up from 12th to 8th. We got Berkeley from 18th up to inside of the top 12. So we'll keep an eye on the 9 machine as the lights are out on the pace truck as we get set to go back. It's a green flag. Let's see if we can resume this race, and let's hopefully we can get a good run of green flag laps in. So they try and dive into turn 1 and 2. All the drivers trying to make their way through down the back straight away. We look at the team cars, Lachlan Smith and Gavin Sadler. Sadler gets all out of shape, and we got a yellow on the racetrack. And it's going to be Trent Vardy in the 11. That just goes to show that maybe I should have stuck up towards the front of the field, but Trent Vardy in that 11 machine, the Fanatec. No front wing. It's got a couple of bent parts on that race car, and I think they get a quick repair, so he may just be able to get that quick repair and come on out. There it is. So Vardy will come back out, but he will be a lap down. Nathan Norman in that target 2 machine. Certainly got a target on his race car. As the lights still flashing on the iRacing official pace truck, they should go out this time by, so 2 cautions inside of a couple of laps. Lights are off. Bob King, your race leader. Bruce Smith in 2nd. Luke Muir in 3rd. And his single file restarts. Bob King in the 51 to lead us back underway, and we are racing here at Lanier. Luke Muir trying to run the slide job line in 1 and 2. Where's he going to go in turn 3 and 4? He's going to do the same thing. He's trying to keep that momentum up in that 555 machine. Phelan now got pressure here from the 024 of Sean O'Hara. Look at Berkeley to the outside, but Lachlan Smith making his way through as well as he looks to the inside of Lance Bainton off for turn number 4. He will make the pass for 7th. Oh, yellow is out just as the battle. We had a 4-car battle there going on for our top 10s. It's Scott Butler and Dylan Peters for the second time involved in an incident. And that show Henley's car number 43 will be scored a lap down. So Berkeley up 7 positions, Morosky up 6. A couple other drivers making their way forward as well. So Butler on the back of the tow truck at the moment. The lights are still on the pace truck. And they'll be on 1 to green next time by. So after this race, what we'll do is we'll shut the stream down while we wait for the second race to go up. And they only have a 10-minute practice, so as soon as the practice server, as soon as it goes up and as soon as we get in, we'll turn the stream back on for race number 2. And same thing, it'll be a 10-minute practice, it'll be qualifying, and then straight into another 40-lap feature event. Bob King once again leads us back off turn number 4. And we are back underway. Oh wow, Lachlan Smith got a bit of helping hand there from Bainton, and that allowed Sadler to get around the outside, and Cody Morosky. And look at Berkeley work on the top side of the racetrack. Berkeley up to position number 9 after 16 laps and not many green flag laps. Now looking to get around the 2. Gavin Sadler Racing entries, the red and black machines. He looks to make quick work of Lachlan Smith and Gavin Sadler. So Berkeley, one of the few cars to make that top side of the racetrack work. He's really got that right rear up alongside that wall. How about the battle in front of him right now? Muir, O'Hara, Phelan, and Brett Jr. Morris as well. No, sorry, it's Bruce Smith. Junior Morris up to 2nd as well, so that's not a bad drive from the Kiwi. And now Phelan on the top side of the racetrack. Berkeley, where's he going to go right now? He's got cars all around him. Along the inside, there is a ton of cars right now. As Phelan now still runs the top side. Wow, Berkeley to the outside. Oh my! What a pass by Berkeley. Phelan, 3 wide here for about 6th and 7th spot. Wow, Lachlan Smith. Oh, we got a car around. That's Peters. He goes back to the pits. Bob King still your race leader. Brett Jr. Morris in 2nd. And look at what's behind him on the high side of the racetrack. It is the number 9 of Joel Berkeley. Wheel stand as he went into turn number 3 and 4. And Berkeley to the top side and to position number 2. Oh, a couple of cars. Brett Jr. Morris, he had the door slammed shut on him. He keeps the car going. 16 remain for your race leader, Bob King. Oh no, Brett Jr. Morris with a big wreck. And that number 4 will be back in pit lane. And I'll tell you what, if I'm Bob King, that's not what I wanted to see right now. Because that number 9 machine was glued. Luke Muir in 3rd. Bit of contact there with Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith obviously not happy with something with Luke Muir, and he just gives him a little bit of a nudge just to let him know that he's displeased with something that happened on the racetrack. Unfortunately, we didn't get to quite see what happened. How about Sean O'Hara in the 024? Up to position number 4. Started 10th. And it's just driven his way up into a top 5 and potentially now finding a podium spot more and more likely. Pretty sure that was Berkeley giving Bob King a bit of a nudge to say, oi, I'm back here, I'm ready to go. Lachlan Smith, 6th, 7th, Phelan, 8th, Bainton, Sadler, 9th, Morosky, 10th, Kelly, Schultz, Vassell, Vardy, and Dylan Peters somehow back on the racetrack. The lights are out. And the restart has to be pinpoint here from Bob King. And we're back underway right now. And Berkeley immediately jumps straight to the top side of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. And that 51 may have some company here in just a moment. King runs through the slick and off for turn number 4. It's Bob King to hold it at the line. Slider from King on Berkeley. Berkeley will return serve into turn number 1, 3 and 4. Slider from Berkeley. Can King come back underneath him? Now you know he's going to go to the inside. He throws a slider off, so this is trading slide jobs at the moment right now. Berkeley just rides in behind him for the time being. I expect the slider going into 1 and 2 maybe. No, they both run the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Luke Muir running in 3rd. But the battle is on well and truly for the race lead. 8 laps left to run here at Lanier. And I think that was Peters again on the inside of pit lane. Just caught the wall, and pretty sure that 43 has had some issues tonight. Great battle going on up front for your top spot and also the runner-up spot now. Berkeley right up high, maybe trying to give Bob King a false sense of security right now. Ducks to the low side. Down the front straight away. Slider from Berkeley. 6 to go. King back to the inside. King returns. So he does. Berkeley comes back underneath and will drive past him down the front straightaway. This time Berkeley goes a slide job. Unbelievable racing here between King and Berkeley. Trading sliders for the last 5 or so laps. Now Berkeley with a slide job of his own yet again. King back to his inside. This is unbelievable. Wow, Berkeley went to pin it on the outside of the racetrack. 3 to run. Slider from Berkeley. And wow, the respect that these guys have for each other right now. You know what you're going to get with these two. Slider. 2 to go. Race number 1. Berkeley takes the race lead off turn number 2. King has it coming back off turn number 4, but Berkeley back to the inside. Man, that is close. And I'll tell you what, if I'm Joel Berkeley going into 3 and 4 in the final lap, I'm going to be wanting to throw a slide job on myself, but he stays up high. King works to the low side. He crosses underneath him now. Up for turn number 4. It's a drag race. Berkeley gets the job done. What a drive. And what a race. That number 9 comes from position number 18. To pick up the win. He leads all of 5 laps. Bob King leads the other 35, but comes home in 2nd. Luke Muir in 3rd. 4th went to Lachlan Smith from position number 14. Sean O'Hara starting 10th and coming home with a top 5. Zach Phelan finishes in 6th. 7th, Gavin Sadler. 8th was Cody Morosky, John Schultz, and Danny Vassell. Round out your top 10. We go over to the page to Aaron Kelly, Lance Bainton, Trent Vardy, Dylan Peters, Bruce Smith, Brett Junior Morris, Scotty Butler, Nathan Norman, and that was your 18 cars, Adam Statton and Jaron Mott. A DNS in that one. As we have a chat with some of our drivers. In this one, we'll see a couple of cars still on the racetrack. And it's none that we need, but in fact we'll have a word with a couple of our drivers here. We've got Bob King and Joel Berkeley, your top 2. And a 3rd place car of Luke Muir. That will bring in our 2nd place car tonight, the 51 of Bob King and Bob. Oh, a race there that you almost had, but at number 9 he found his way to the front.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. It's one I don't mind actually going second in. I think we had about the same car speed, just awesome wheel-to-wheel driving. There's not too many people out there you can do it with other than, you know, a few guys.
You know what you're going to get with Joel, but I tell you what, those sort of last sort of 10 to 15 laps, you know, just slide job after slide job. I mean, how good was that? It was certainly good from my vantage point, but how good was it, you know, on the racetrack?
Oh yeah, it was amazing racing. I think I had Joel covered until the second last lap, and I noticed he figured out the cut back off a 4 perfect, and oh, here we go, it's going to be an interesting finish.
Still second. It's a good result to start the night off, and now we turn our attention to race number 2. This time it's under the lights. What do you expect the track to be like on race number 2?
Pretty much I think we're expecting about the same track conditions. I mean, we put on some great racing, I think, so can't go wrong if we do something similar.
No doubt, I'm sure you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my team, Synergy Sim Racing, and our sponsors, Trackstar Racewear and Speedway Shop. Yep, and obviously the guys for putting it on, and Brett for broadcasting.
Alright, good luck in race number 2, Bob.
Alright, thanks, mate.
Bob King coming home in second, coming home in first at a position number 18. And Joe, man, you made your way to the front, and I guess that yellow at about the midway part of the race certainly helped you, and certainly put you in good shape to trade sliders with Bob.
Yeah, I don't feel like that chance that they yellowed him out, but I'm definitely surprised there was a top there.
Man, you were just so fast, and I called it sort of. You know, you're one of the only guys that were able to run to the top when Bob sort of. You know, seen you get to the outside. Did you know that he was going to come up the racetrack and try and take that line away from you?
Well, sort of. I was hoping that he stuffed up on the top, but I didn't have to slide in as much, but we ended up having a good battle there in the end.
And what was it like trading those sliders? I mean, it was certainly awesome to watch. You know, from my vantage point up here, but you know, what's it like racing with Bob King? You know, slide job lap after lap for about 15 laps.
Yeah, I knew Bob would have given me plenty of room. It was more of a worry if we washed up that much speed, the rest of us going to catch us. I thought that would have happened, but obviously not. We put a good show on for you, and hope you enjoyed it.
Hey, about lap 13 or lap 12 or 13, you made a move around the outside of Zach Phelan. How in the world did you get your car through that little gap?
I don't know. Good question, right?
Man, like, he was running the top, but you ran a top. There was no top there.
I ran the Berkeley line.
Wow, that Berkeley line. Wow, that's yeah. I mean, you know, I actually got that on stream, so be sure to go and watch that one. But hey, well done on the win, and I'm sure you got some sponsors you want to thank.
Yeah, thank you, Brett. Mass thanks to the boys at TGL Esports, Ash Media, Dan, Graphics, Top, Simulator, YouTube Broadcast, and everyone who was there, Brett.
Alright, no doubt you'll put on a show for race number 2.
Oh, I'll try it.
Alright, Joel Berkeley comes away with the win. Bob King in second, and Luke Muir in third. He is not in Discord, so won't be able to have a chat with Luke Muir. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with race number 2. Not too far away, live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. You're watching the Australian Fix Setup Racing WP Concreting 410 Fix Series. The sprint cars are 900 horsepower, 410 cubic inch. We'll take a break. I already said that twice, so I think we'll say it a third time. We're going to shut the stream down. Feel free to hit the subscribe button or stick around on the channel as well. We will go live as soon as the server goes up, and as soon as we get in, we'll show you the practice straight away. So stick around.